Okay, you guys, I don't think you're ready for this Q&A. This is gonna be a really juicy Q&A, okay? I got some motherfucking tea for you guys. So yeah, let me just... Got my coffee cup right here, you know. We're just gonna fill this up with some water though, because I realized that I ran out of tea, so our tea is gonna be water for today. Okay. You know, we gotta take a sip before we start. So, I asked you guys on Twitter and Snapchat to ask me some really juicy questions. Pumpkin wants to come say hi, apparently. Say hi. Oh, he's so cute. I love him so much. So I asked you guys on Twitter and Snapchat to ask me some really juicy questions that you guys have been wondering, if there's any questions you guys have been wanting to know. So I got some very interesting questions, and of course questions that I knew I was gonna get, that you guys have been asking me for months. So let's just jump right in. Someone said, how old were you when you had your first boyfriend? So my first boyfriend ever I had at the beginning of 8th grade. And you know, it's so funny too, because back then I really thought I was in love. Like, I was dating this guy for 2 months and I really thought I was heartbroken after. But of course I got over it like a couple weeks after. But it's so funny, like, you really think that you were heartbroken until you really get hit with a heartbroken, and then you're like, damn, okay, that was not shit compared to my last relationship. So I honestly don't even count that relationship, to be honest, but whatever. So yeah, 8th grade was my first relationship. It lasted 2 months. Someone said, who's your crush right now? Let us know who's catching your eye. Honestly, sis, like, I'm just done with men, okay? Men seem to prove me right every single time, and it's like every single guy that I've even like talked to or anything, they just prove to me that they're just pieces of shit, you guys. Something always happens and I'm like, wow, like every single time it just proves more and more how much of a piece of shit guys are. I really can't stand them. Can't stand them, you guys. Okay, you guys, hold on. I need to sip some tea for this question real quick, or sip some water, you know. I need to take another drink. Whew, it's about to get hot in here. Okay, so of course, this is a huge question that everyone wants to know. So someone said, what happened with you? And I'm just gonna say the R word, okay? If you're new to my channel and you don't know what the R word means, then I'm just gonna tell you to go do your own research and find out for yourself. So everyone wants to know what happened with me and R word. You guys, I really didn't want to have to do this, you know? But it just seems like it's just getting out of hand, and I really feel like I would be a shitty person if I didn't talk about this. I'm not trying to talk shit about him or anything, but I don't really respect him at all. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the reasons. So I'm sure you guys have seen on Twitter that he has been scamming people, and I've been trying to warn people just because I don't know how you can feel good about yourself as a person when you're literally stealing people's money. Like, I really just couldn't live with myself. I've had so many girls message me and be like, he blocked me after I sent him money. He said he was going to double my money and he blocked me. That was the money I was going to use to pay for my rent. They were like, I don't have money to pay for my rent, or even school. Someone said they don't have money to even start school now because he took their money. Like, honestly, I just don't understand. Like, I would think, people surprise me, You know, people surprise me every fucking day, and it just blows up my mind, like, how you can feel good about yourself and not give a fuck when you're literally stealing shit from people, especially now they can't pay their rent, now they can't even go to school, they can't pay for their books for school. Like, that's fucking ridiculous, honestly. And it's just gotten way too out of hand. I've had over 30 people message me about this, you guys. Over 30 people, probably even more, I don't know. I get messages every single day. So that is part of the reason why I decided to leave him. I don't respect that, and the fact that you're just stealing money from people, it doesn't sit well with me, and I would not want to be with a person like that, you know, because I have morals, I have respect, I would never do that to someone, and it's just like, I don't want to be with a shitty person, you know, and I just started to realize it, that, you know, I was even having people message me when I was dating him about how he was selling these hats and they sent him money and he blocked them, or it's been 3 months and they haven't received it, and every time they hit him up about it he ignores them or blocks them. It's just that doesn't sit right with me, and the fact if I were to stay with a person like that, that would mean that I would be condoning that type of behavior and just like not even giving a fuck that he's doing that. So yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons, and there was just a whole bunch of other reasons. Yeah, so that's probably one of the biggest reasons. Obviously there was other reasons, but the reason that really like sealed the deal for me. Well, you guys, this is just my advice. If anyone ever posts something about how you can make this much in a week, or if you want to make more money a week, hit them up, like, no, do not do that, okay? I'm just gonna read a message from a girl I recently got, actually. Let me find it. Okay, so I actually found the message. So this girl just messaged me on Wednesday, and she goes, "Girl, tell everyone not to trust you know who. I sent him 100, biggest mistake, to get double to do my school payments, and he deadass blocked me from everywhere. I can barely pay this month and next month's tuition. You were right, but I messaged others that invested with him, and they said that he did give them the money, so I went with it, but now I regret it." Literally, I am telling you guys, do not send anyone money that you do not know. Do not invest in anything from anyone that you do not know. Literally, like, you can't trust people, and that's just the fact of the matter. And even if he did end up sending money to one person, doesn't mean that he's gonna send it to you. And it's just like, yes, do not do that, you guys. Do not do that. I cannot stress this enough. I even went on Twitter and told you guys not to do that. Just don't do that, okay, you guys? Don't. Anyways, I'm done with this topic. I really don't give a fuck. Now you guys know. And please stop asking me about him. Stop bringing him up, because I really don't care about him or anything that what he has to do with. I'm just over it. So the next question is, how old were you when you lost your virginity? And I was actually a freshman in high school, but it wasn't with just any random person, you know. It was with someone I was already with for over a year. So okay, so someone asked, if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that I tweeted about this guy that literally messages me every single day on Snapchat, and he just like tells me that he wants to take me out. He's from Washington, that he wants to take me out, that he could treat me so right, and yada yada yada. It's so cute because he literally messages me almost every single day. Yeah, and then someone said, how do you know the guy that snaps you? How do you know that the guy that Snapchats you every day isn't fine? ? Plot twist. So obviously, like, after a while, when I kept seeing him message me, I opened it and I like read everything, and obviously I was like, well, I don't even know who you are, you know. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you look like. I just, like, you're just trying to message me through Snapchat. That'd basically be a blind date if I went on a date with him, you know. And so he like sent me pictures or whatever, and yeah, that was that. But honestly, like, I'm not I don't feel like I'm in a place to even try to like go on any dates or like start anything with a guy, you know. I just want to chill. I want to do me. Like, I want to be single. I don't like feeling, honestly, you guys, I like waking up in the morning and not having a damn fucking text on my phone to reply to. Like, honestly, I'm used to being alone. I'm okay with being alone. I love being alone. I really don't feel like looking out for another person right now or feeling obligated to put that type of energy in another person right now, because honestly, I just need to put energy into myself. It's fucking 2018, you guys, okay? I've been struggling with depression and anxiety for 6 years now. It's 2018. It's a new year. I am not going to let any of this shit or anyone bring me down anymore. I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna love myself, and yeah, and once I feel like I'm set in my life and I'm ready to be in another relationship and I'm over all these issues that I've had from past relationships, then maybe I'll consider, you know, going on dates or like talking to a guy or whatever, dating a guy, you know. I just don't know. So yeah, that's that on that. A lot of people were like mad at the fact that I didn't want to go out with him, but it's like, okay, bitch, you go out with him. What the fuck? So the next question is, who do you think is the most overrated YouTuber in the makeup industry? And honestly, I don't feel the need to answer questions like this. I actually got a lot of questions like this. I just don't think there's any overrated YouTubers. Everyone has their preference. Everyone has their preference of who they like, what they like, their style, you know. So if that's you, then do you. I don't need to put my negative opinion out there about someone, you know. Okay, and then someone asked, do you regret dating any of the guys that you dated? And I could sit here and say that I regret them because sometimes I kind of feel like that, but the fact of the matter is these relationships taught me very important lessons that I needed to learn in life, and they taught me that, well, they taught me what I deserve and what I should not stand for and what red flags I should look for. So honestly, no, I don't regret it. Obviously, I could say I regret it because of the hurt that I went through and the pain that I felt, but as of right now, I'm honestly glad I had to go through that. So now I know what not to go for. Like, you guys, it's so crazy because my standards are so fucking high now. Like, a guy could sit there and call me a bitch because of they think I'm acting stuck up for what I want, but that's totally fine because first of all, you don't know what the fuck I've been through and you don't know what I felt and what has happened to me in the past. So my standards are really, really high, and you should not lower your standards for anybody. Girl, let me tell you, don't. Okay, this question is really funny. Someone said, if you could date any of your exes again, who would it be and why? So if I could date any of my exes again, obviously I would want shit that happened to not happen in the relationship. But if I could go back in time and date any one of my exes again, it would probably be my ex of 5 years, because despite everything that happened in our relationship through all the bad stuff, before we started dating, we were friends and we were really, really good friends. So you know those type of people that you just vibe with and no one makes you laugh as hard as they do, or like you can just sit there and talk to that person forever, not run out of anything to talk to. That's how we were. So before shit got bad, it was really, really good, and like our connection and chemistry was just like phew. So if I could erase all the bad shit that happened and go back in time and none of that shit happened, it would probably be him, but that's not gonna happen. So who is somebody in the beauty community you don't fuck with? And honestly, I don't think there's anyone that I don't fuck with. If you don't fuck with me, that's your personal problem. I know of a lot of people that don't like me, but I could honestly care less. The grass is always green over here, sis. If you don't like me, that's a personal problem. I really don't care. Don't have any hate for you, but you know, I'm just doing my own thing, staying in my own lane, so yeah. And then someone said, have you ever kissed a girl? And yes, I have. I have kissed a girl many times. What's the funniest intoxicated story you have? When I saw this question, the first thing that popped to my mind was this one night in high school. So, okay, let me just tell you, this was one of the drunk times. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have ever went through this, but when you just get one of those drunks where you're really, really sad and you like cry over everything and just like, whatever, cry over a boy and blah, 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 blah. So this was one of those times, right? I was so upset and I was just like sobbing the whole night, crying, blah, 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 being that dramatic ass girl. And I was so drunk, like I was so freaking drunk, but good thing I did not have a hangover. But I woke up in the morning and I got up and literally like my sweats were wet and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, did I spill water on me or something? So I literally took them off and I went and changed, and then I smelled like the sweats because I was just so confused. And oh my god, you guys, the sweats smelled like pee. I literally pissed myself in my sleep. So there's that. I think that's probably one of the funniest things that has ever happened to me. And it's so funny because I actually told my mom, and my mom told me that the same thing happened to her when she was like, you know, my age. So I just think it's so funny. She was like mother, like daughter. But yeah, that's only happened to me once, and yeah. Your girl knows how to handle her liquor now, so you will never catch me doing any of that fuck shit ever again. Have you ever had a creepy ghost experience? I wouldn't say, well, this is creepy for me. Have you ever just got those vibes where you just like feel like someone's there or someone's following you? It's so weird because at my aunt's house, every single time like I'm in her house, I just feel something. Like I feel like something's there, especially downstairs because she has a basement. In her basement, you guys, I'm literally so scared to even be down there by myself because I can just like feel something. It's literally, ugh, it's giving me the shivers just thinking about it. I hate this whole ghost thing. I don't like talking about ghosts. I don't like talking about paranormal shit. It just freaks me out because I feel like when I talk about it, then I feel something, you know? Like I'm honestly creeped out right now. I'm by myself. I just started talking about that. I'm actually really scared now. But every single time, like her house just has something. And you know what's weird? They have a dog, right? And the dog would not go in this certain room down the hallway. Like she would be scared to even walk down the hallway because of this certain room. And right when, even when she did like run down it, she would like run past the room. And so we were like, what the fuck? And my aunt was telling me that, and she was like, I think there's like a spirit here. She was like, I think it's because my aunt is gay and she has a wife. So her wife's dad had just passed away, so she was thinking that it was her dad that was there. Also, my grandma passed away in their house, and yeah, that might be what I feel in her house, because obviously like I feel like my grandma would, like her spirit would stay in the house, you know, after she passed away in that house. And it's like even my aunt still has her room set up and everything, and I won't go in the room. Not just because I'm being like insensitive or anything. Like obviously I love my grandma. I loved her so much. But just like going in that room, just like, I don't know, I just don't like that, like feeling like something's there, you know. Obviously if it is my grandma, I love her, but that stuff just like creeps me out. Like the afterlife stuff just creeps me out. To tell you guys a story, so actually a couple days after she passed away at my aunt's house, my grandma loved Cheerios. She loved Cheerios. But there was no Cheerios in the house at all. Like there was no Cheerios. And all of a sudden we come home and we look on the kitchen table and there's literally a Cheerio sitting right in the middle of the table. It was the craziest thing, you guys. And we were like, damn, grandma put that there. So we still have the Cheerio. It's like sitting on top of her ashes. Yeah, so I don't know, some creepy stuff be happening in her house, and I'm just like, have you ever had any pregnancy scares? Yes. Someone said, have you ever smoked weed? And yes, I have. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but in high school, like beginning of high school, freshman year, sophomore year, I was actually a huge pothead. I don't know what happened. I feel like if I were to smoke weed, I can only smoke when I'm about to sleep because it makes me really paranoid, and yeah, I really don't like it. It makes me super paranoid. What's the pettiest thing you've done or gotten a fight over? So actually, this is really, really funny. So I was dating my ex or whatever, you know, and he said that he was gonna make us pizza, and I was like, okay. So he pulled out a pizza and it had like onions and all like olives, like really nasty shit that I just don't like. But it's not like I was tripping about it. I was just like, oh, I was like, you know, I don't like onions and olives and stuff like that. But it's not like I said it in like a rude way, you know. I was just like, oh, I don't like pizza like that. And then he got really mad. Like, he was like, oh my fucking god, you're so picky, blah, 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 blah. And he like ran out of the house, and apparently he went to the store and bought a pepperoni or cheese pizza, something like that. And he came back, and I was like, you really went to the store just to buy another pizza? And he's like, yeah, so you could like be happy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I wasn't even tripping, but okay. So he made the pizza, and I was on the phone with my brother, I think, and we were like having a long conversation, you know. So when he asked me if I wanted a piece, I was like, no, not right now. I literally said not right now. And so after I get off the phone with my brother, I go into the kitchen and try to like look for the piece of pizza. I was like, where's the pizza? And he was like, oh, I ate it. I was like, wait. I was like, wait. Let me get this straight. So you threw a fit because I didn't like the pizza, and you went to go buy a pizza that I would like, and then I tell you to hold on, and then you eat the pizza. I was like, okay. I was like, that literally doesn't make sense. And you guys, he literally started freaking out, even though I was just like, I wasn't even tripping. I was just like laughing about it because I was like, that really, okay? Like, I'm so confused. But so yeah, the pettiest thing I've probably ever fought over is fucking food. What's the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you in high school? So let's just say I have fucking fallen down bleachers in front of the whole school, okay? I have fallen in the cafeteria at lunch in front of everyone multiple times, okay? I have fallen out of my chair in class in front of everyone multiple times. I'm so fucking clumsy, it's crazy. Actually, the reason I fell down the bleachers and the 2 times I fell in the cafeteria in front of everyone is actually because of my friend Marcelo's fault. Literally, he would always make me fall, you guys. He would always make me fucking fall. And so yeah, and then when I fell in class, actually, I remember it was in my science class, Mr. Friendtrop's class. If you guys go to Decatur High School in Federal Way, that was one of my science teachers one year. I think it was sophomore year. And we had a sub that day actually, but I was like rocking back and forth in my chair, and all of a sudden, you guys, the chair like slips from under me and I literally fall directly back. It was the most embarrassing thing. Obviously, like, falling in front of anyone is embarrassing, but yeah, it was so. And then literally I was sitting there like, I was just so embarrassed and in shock, and the sub comes up to me and she's like, are you gonna get up? I was like, bitch, I just fell. Are you serious? She was giving me so much attitude. I was like, damn, what if I got a concussion or something? You're not even gonna ask me if I'm okay. You're just gonna ask me if I'm gonna get up? I was like, okay. But yeah, I think that's the end of this Q&A, guys. I just wanted to answer some little juicy questions, especially the R word, so we can just get that over with, okay? So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. I will leave something up here, and comment down below and like this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!